بالاخره گنجاباد ولسوالی بالا بلوک ولایت فرا است. طریق به شاهد شدیدترین نبرد میان نیروهای امنیتی افغان خارجی و طالبان.
Like, how bad can it be?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
We hit Shawan. And so I think there was 7 of us total. There was 8 total that went out in 2 vehicles. So we go out and we see there's a truck. We're like, damn. So I'm like, hey, you know, I'm the dismount. I'm the head of the dismount group. I'm like, hey, let me go out. I'm going to go check the vehicle for IEDs. Let's approach slow. Let's take it by the book and just make sure. He goes, okay. So I get out. I go in. I open up the door, and the driver's dead inside. They just shot him and pushed him over. So I'm like, you know, all right, we're good and whatever. I said, we couldn't see underneath the vehicle because it was in the mud. And I'm like, well, we got to figure out how we're going to get all the grain. They're like 500-pound sacks of grain off. Yeah, we're going to get that off and put it onto something. But we can't do it on our Humvees.
No.
They're already overloaded as it is.
You need a Chinook or something.
Yes. We didn't know at this point. We were going to try to see if we could get one of the PRT guys to come up with a Hemet and do that. But it was going to be like, okay, a couple days from now or a day from now.
Yeah.
By then, usually it's going to be looted and who knows. So just then, as we're standing there, we're kind of talking by the vehicle. The Afghan commander goes, there's this guy. I forgot the guy's name. One of the Taliban leaders for the area. He's right there watching us in a vehicle, 150 yards away. He goes, let's go after him. I said, no. I'm like, no, we're not going to. No, we don't know where he's going to run to. This isn't like downtown Chicago.
Yeah.
You know, like we're not equipped to go chasing people across the desert. So my commander says, he's still in the vehicle. He's like, no, we're not pursuing. We're going to see where he goes, and then we're going to pick our way up and try to find where he goes. We knew that there was another village called Takde Tamar that was just to the north of Baluk on the Farah River.
Okay.
So we all load up into the vehicle, and we start heading north towards Takde Tamar, and we're following the Afghan police. Well, the Afghan police are hauling ass. They're playing, you know, Grand Theft Auto Vice City, and we're playing safe, right? Well, we get to the foothills just to the north of Bala Baluk. We get up onto one of the hills, and we can see down into the valley of Takde Tamar. The village kind of goes down one of the slopes and into the flat, and then the Farah Rood River is right there, and it divides it in half. So we're like, we can see into it. Let's approach slow. Let's, you know, do whatever we got to do. So the Afghan police take points of dominance up on the upper hills. We see the white car down in the center. We're like, he's there. He's got nowhere to go. Like, he's in one of the houses. So we're like, is he going to come out, or is it going to be a fight, or how are we going to do this? So we post our vehicle up on one of the hills. So there's 2 hills, right? And they looked like random boobs in the middle of the... It was just weird. There was just 2. And there was a ridge that kind of ran to the north of this jutted out rock wall kind of thing. But it's natural, like rock. So we put one face in that wall and one of our vehicles facing the village, and then we had one of our drivers get out, take the 240 Bravo, and face to the rear. And we're like, okay, we got security, and me and the commander, Dave. So Dave and I went down into the village. We're like, just us 2, alone and unafraid, 200 yards down a hill, open hill, into the village. Let's go.
Ballsy.
Right? If we're going to be about it, let's be about it, right? I'm going down, and as I'm going down, I'm looking, and up on the high the higher hilltops around us, about 600 yards away, I see 20 or 30 dudes with RPGs and PKMs. And I'm like, I go, sir, we're in for an ambush.
Yeah.
And he goes, yeah, I can tell. I said, okay. Well, the village elder comes out. And he goes, we don't want to fight here. We don't want to fight here. And we're like, hey, we're just wondering where the guy in the white car was. He goes, we killed him. Come take a look at the white car. So I told the commander, I was like, Dave, stay here. I'll go look in case it's a VBID.
Mm-hmm.
They can only get one of us.
Mm-hmm.
And there's more than enough to fight back. And he's like, I don't like it. I don't want you going over there.
Yeah.
I said, sir, we got to find out. Like, we got to find out.
Yeah.
I'm going over with the village elder. So I walk over, and
You
this
spoke
car.
English, or you had a Terp with you?
We had a Terp with us.
Okay.
This Terp, by the way, we brought back to the United States.
There's a red circle button right there on the top. Right there. Yeah.
The interpreter that I went with,
You brought from the States.
we brought back to the United States, and he's still an interpreter for the U.S.
Wow.
He works for the State Department.
Congratulations.
He's awesome. He's
Wow.
awesome. Right?
Okay, good job.
And this dude was jacked. Big dude,
Yeah.
right? And we gave him an AK.
Yeah.
So I had another gun with me, and I knew that this dude would fight,
Yeah.
right? He did prior tours with special forces and stuff like that. Anyway, we go and I look, and the front of this white car is just shot to shit, right? There's an issue. There's no blood in the car.
Mm-hmm.
So I get on the radio, and I'm like, Dave, they didn't kill him.
Mm-hmm.
He's here somewhere. They're hiding him. He goes, well, I'm not sure how long we have until the snare's pulled.
Yeah, the
Let's-
PKMs and RPGs on the cliff.
I said, let's figure out where we got to go. So we called the other captain and the NCOIC up at the car. Or no, he was just the NCO. We're like, hey, reconfigure the vehicles. We're going to take contact here. We don't know how many Taliban there are, but we know that there's at least 30. Like, we counted 30. So he's like, okay. So we brought the two vehicles together so that they were back to back, facing sideways off the boobies,
Okay.
right? And that gave us a little bit of a valley, a little defilade for the dismounts if we needed to dismount. So we get into the village, and I told the village elder, I'm like, he's not in here. Where is he? I said, give him to us, or we're going to call in airplanes and bomb the village because he's that important to us. We need to get him.
Yeah.
We will leave and not fire one shot if you just hand him over to us.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, he's in that house. I said, you go grab him and bring him to us, and we'll leave. And he goes, okay. So he walks in, grabs the dude, and hands him over to me. So I flex cuff the guy. And you may not want to use the rest of this part, but the firefight kicked off.
Yeah.
So the Taliban guy, I had him, and he's zip tied. So now he's in our custody, so we have to protect him.
Yeah. Compound you were going.
So different compound, but it was in between Shawan and Kanesk. There was a police checkpoint on 517 heading into Farah. The Taliban had hit that checkpoint, and they called for assistance. Well, we're the PMT, so we go rolling in. Doesn't matter. Our team, our PMT in Bala Baluk was the most stacked fucking group I've ever been with in my life. Every single one of them was a pipe hitter.
Okay.
Every single dude knew their shit in some way. You know, like Jones, even though he didn't know the Mark 19, he could run a PKM like it was his job.
Yeah.
Like, he was a foreign weapons expert.
Wow. Okay.
So he's down. Well, they pulled into the checkpoint in Shawan and Kanesk. They figured around 1,500 Taliban converged on them. The whole village. So now all of Gulf 27 is there. All the Marines,
Yeah.
like 200 Marines. And they're like, hey, we're rolling. I was like, all right. They go, grab your weapon and grab your body armor. I said, I don't have weapon or body armor because it's all down there.
Yeah.
They go, well, then you can't go in the convoy. We're rolling into a live firefight. I was like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
And they go, well, all right, well, then you're riding in the back of one of the MRAPs. No, I'm not. I said, you want a gun? You want me to have a gun? He goes,
Pick
yeah.
one up off the ground.
No, I'm up on the roof.
Okay.
Put me on the roof. He goes, okay. He goes, but you still don't have body armor. I can't have you hanging out. I said, well, that's what the turret's for.
Yeah.
Turret's armor. He goes, you're not going. So finally the supply guy goes, he can take my fucking armor, just throw it in the vehicle and bring it back when you come back.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck yeah. So I strap it up. And when you come over the top of Shindad, over that little ridge,
I've been to Shindad
the
a few times, yeah.
Baluk is kind of like straight ahead on the left.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's that mountain, and it goes 517 down to Farah.
Okay.
And you can see that whole valley.
Yeah.
Well, in that valley, if you can imagine what they show the recreations of flying into Baghdad.
Yeah.
With the F-117s during the Gulf War, with all the tracers and everything coming over.
Yeah.
I look, and that's what it looks like. It was just
holy shit,
8 million rounds in the air.
Wow.
It was just everywhere, right? I was like, fuck, dude.
Wow.
I'm like, all right. I go, this is what we're fucking doing. This is how we're doing it. We're going in. We're rolling in.
Yeah.
So we pull into Bala Baluk, and I grab my armor, I grab my gun, I grab RPK, and I'm like, I'm running AK stuff because there's gonna be plenty of fucking ammo on the ground. I ain't getting caught like I did last time.
Yeah.
So I jump in the back of one of the Humvees, and we make that turn down on the 517 heading from Farah, from Ring Road.
Yeah.
And we get to just about to where Shawan starts, and there's a line of 108 millimeter howitzers. The Afghan army had lined up 5 of them to fire into the village. And I'm like, hey, we're heading south. And they said, hey, 2-7's pushing in. They're going to make a push right now. And ODA's coming from the west. I'm like, okay, well, whose fucking car am I jumping into? Those are my guys. I'm going in.
Yeah.
Like, let's fucking go.
Yeah.
Right? So I get into the one Humvee from our convoy. The rest is pulling security to make sure that nobody else is jumping into the fight. And we push into Shawan, and going in was a little dicey. It wasn't crazy. Like, we were taking rounds and whatever, but it wasn't like super intense.
Mm-hmm.
We get to the checkpoint, and I find out that Jones had been isolated there overnight without water, and they didn't have much ammo. They were drinking out of the piss stream that was going through the base. So we're just dumping water on these guys, and they're sucking it down because they're all dehydrated. You know how you get after a firefight, you're thirsty for some unknown reason. You could have just drank a gallon, didn't matter.
Yeah.
But these guys didn't have anything.
Yeah.
So they were dying. So we give it to them, and 2-7 guys pull security. We pull the Humvees out, get it turned around, and we start heading north, away from Farah, back towards Bala Baluk. And when we were going to do that, the PMT and the PRT were going to engage Kanesk, which is the southern. So the PRT came out swinging. They were throwing guns, right? We had troops isolated.
Yeah.
And we look up, and there's an ODA with, you know what GMVs are? They look like Humvees, but they got straight sides on the back.
No, I don't.
Marsoc used to use them.
They used the they were using the M8 Mat V's.
Oh, okay. Let me see if I can show you what these are.
Yeah.
But there's a couple GMVs. Are
they boxy like the Italian Linces?
No, they look like Hummers, but they had like a mortar in the back. That's kind of hard to describe. Like, not GMC. There it is.
Oh yeah. I've seen those. Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
they had Scorpion mounts with 240 Bravos out the back, 50 cal on the roof, and then they had a 60 millimeter mortar in the back.
Wow.
And these dudes are fucking stitching people up. And it went so the road where we were standing, it was kind of weird. Like you could turn into the checkpoint to turn around, but it got real narrow. And off each side of the road, there was big ditches.
Yeah.
And there was vehicles, or there was culottes to the left, like city culottes to the left and to the right, but there was a couple 2-story buildings. And I'm like, all right, well, let's start rolling. Well, Golf 27 turns around, and they started out with a 5-ton, an armored 5-ton, the V-hulled MRAP thing in the front,
Yep.
and then a couple Humvees in the back. And as soon as the front MRAP stepped out, it took an RPG through the back, like the quarter panel.
Yeah.
And the gunner went down, and there was an explosion inside. And we're like, fuck. So
Inside the MRAP.
inside the MRAP.
Wow.
And I'm like, holy shit. So I'm like, what's going on? I run around the corner and I look, and the thing's smoking, but still moving. Don't fucking wait. Let's go.
Yeah.
Right. So we're starting to roll this convoy out, and the 5-ton has got just Marines with metal, and they're just shooting out the back like whack-a-mole.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
They got nowhere to run.
Yeah.
Nothing. They're just letting it fly. So these dudes start opening up, and the Humvees start following. We pull in behind the Humvee. The back Humvee of the Marines gets hit, and fucking boom, and it goes down into the ditch. So I jump out the back, and I start pulling dudes out, and there was 4 dudes inside, 3 were wounded. Throw the wounded dudes in. I tell the guy who's not wounded, blow the fucking truck, right? So he thermites the radios, and we're starting to move. Well, now I don't have a seat.
Yeah.
So I start to Mogadishu Mile this motherfucker.
Yeah.
I'm on the right side of the Humvee in the back, and I'm gunning down the right side. And I look, and there's Jones. Jones is on the left side.
So you're just like right behind the Humvee.
Right behind the Humvee, walking.
Yep.
And I look up at the convoy to see how we're making, and that's when it was like dusk, and that's when all the tracers started coming in, and it looked like fireflies. You know what I mean?
Wow,
Like,
yeah.
And then I just remember having the thought going, 1 in 4 is a tracer. They told me that in basic training.
Yeah.
And I was just looking at it, and I was like,
that's a lot of rounds coming in.
I just said, I'm not living through this.
Yeah.
And I look over at Jones, and I'm like, you ready to die? And he goes, no better fucking way, brother.
Yep.
Bump fist, started walking. Well, we're looking. Well, the Taliban were laying in ditches on the side of the road, because there was machine guns down alleyways and RPG teams on second floors, and then the guys down here would pick off the dudes that were walking. So Jones and I are walking, just stitching the hell out of these dudes everywhere.
Yeah.
And Jones grabs one of the Marines, and he throws one of the Marines into the Humvee, and he shuts the door, and I hear wham, and there was a flash, and I look, and Jones is on the fucking ground. I'm like, fucking Jones got it. Fuck. So I run around the corner, and Jones his helmet's all fucked up, and he's laying there on the ground, and I pick him up, and I'm like, are you good to go? And he's like, holy fuck. And I go, what? And he goes, the fuck just happened? I don't know, dude. I go, you good? And he's, I'm fucking good, let's go. I was like, all right. And I look up, and the front GMV gets hit by an RPG right in that back quarter panel.
Yeah.
And it veers off into the field, into the poppy field, and catches on fire. And the whole firefight kind of stopped because this thing was rolling away. And we look, in the front, there's 4 doors, and there was a dude in the back. And the dudes are jumping out because it's on fire. Well, the dude in the back's trying to get out, but he can't. And we're like, what the fuck? So the 4 dudes are reaching into this fire trying to get this dude out, and he's screaming, and they can't get him out.
Yeah.
And they just, you remember the gunner's harnesses?
Mhm.
And everybody has to wear a fucking gunner's harness?
Mhm.
Well, they made the clips out of plastic, and the fire, you know what cheese is on mortars?
Yeah.
Well, when you're not using them, you throw them into the cheese bucket.
Yeah.
Well, he was taking the cheese off because it was so close and throwing it into the bucket. Well, when the RPG hit, it lit the cheese on fire and melted that clip.
Oh, shit.
And he got stuck in there. So all his friends were reaching in, getting burned to shit, and they had to leave him. And the whole time when they were running out, he was screaming the whole fucking time. We get back. They get him into the front MRAP, and the front MRAP machine gun just never fucking quit. And we're like, Jesus Christ. So we're just walking, like, when are we gonna get hit? Like, when's my bullet coming?
Yeah.
Because it's coming, right? I look, and then the Humvee behind us gets hit, and it fucking goes down. Fuck. Well, we don't got many more, and we're stacking dudes on dudes in the vehicle.
Yeah.
Right. So we get everybody finally we get everybody to the outside, like, and we call in. We're like, I need air support fucking now.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
ODA's calling in. The MARSOC team from Herat finally made it in, and they had their guys coming in. And we look over, and there's a B-1B at 150 feet.
Whoa.
Both 4 fucking candles.
Whoa.
Stands straight up and vibrates the whole fucking world. And as he's going up, you see ping, ping, ping. He's just dropping 500 pounders.
Holy shit.
Levels off at like 10,000 feet.
He drops them going vertical.
Vertical. Just spinning. Just dropping. Not laser guided. He just said, fuck this whole village.
GBUs are coming
Yep.
down.
Fuck the whole village. And you, like, the one landed so close to us that it picked me up and slammed me against the Humvee, and I went down just like get low.
Yeah.
And we finally get everybody out past MARSOC and everything else, and we're just beelining back to Bala Baluk. We're like, fuck, just get back.
Yeah.
Just get back. All we gotta do is fucking get back, and then we're done. Like, we'll take it from there. So we get back, and we start circling we don't have enough room for everybody.
Mm-hmm. Because you got all these add-ons.
Yeah, there's like 300 people, something like that. Well, we ended up taking 9 casualties and over 30 wounded, just from the Marine Corps. Everybody was wounded at least once on our team. I was not wounded again. But the MARSOC team took 2 KIA. The ODA, a full ODA team, was taken out.
What?
And the second vehicle, they had 3 dudes with 3rd-degree burns, and the 1 dude was burned alive in the vehicle. But a Navy Cross was awarded to the guy in that front MRAP in the opening volley with the RPG.
Mm-hmm.
He was standing up. The RPG came in and took his right leg off and embedded into the seat of the driver and blew up. The driver went down,
that was the inside explosion.
Yep, the gunner went down. One of the guys in the back tourniqueted his leg. The driver, the seat deflected something, or it was maybe the primer that went off or something that was inside. I don't know. The driver was wounded but fine, but the gunner got back up with 1 leg on, missing the right fucking leg, and continued to lay hate for the next hour with missing his fucking leg.
And you earlier said that was the machine gun that went nonstop.
Yeah, never stopped.
Jesus.
And he was awarded the Navy Cross. So, but we had a mass cal that whole fucking night and into the morning because there was just so many people wounded and so many people dead, not including the Afghan police that were stacking up there too. And then that night, everybody, like, geeked out, whatever, seeing things, doing whatever, right? We called the AC-130 gunship in.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the rest of the village was coming to fucking get us. They didn't care how many people we had. They knew that they had more.
Yeah.
Well, sure enough, AC-130 comes in and just starts laying hate, and that whole market had to get rebuilt. By the time you saw it, that was all brand new, baby.
Wow.
That whole thing was gone.
Wow.
They went whiskey that night. AC-130 did.
Just did a pattern and went howitzer.
Everything. Down to fucking, I think they were shooting pistols out the window.
Fuck.
But we got through that night. The next morning we got up and everything was just chaos. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everybody was figuring out everything, whatever. We ended up calling in 2,000 pounders on the ODA vehicle and the other vehicle to blow it up so that they couldn't use it.
Uh-huh.
And then everything kind of settles down.